Welcome to the Tiny House DIY build channel. I just want to make a short video on the roofing iron. It's from Southeast Queensland in Australia that I am filming from. And I just want to show you that when you get your sheets of tin, you need to take them all apart and inspect them. So these are 18 sheets that were to cover 6.6 metres, and more than half of them had to go back. So these have been sitting here for a while waiting for the rest of the sheets to catch up. You have to be careful with the tiny houses that they don't give you offcuts and seconds. So that's what had to be rejected. They were all scratched. They were offcuts of bigger sheets. And so yeah, I got stung with them. Also measure them. Also want to show you that when you get your sheets, you have to pull them apart, and they'll be a little bit difficult. I've got them spread apart here, and this is what not to do. So when you're storing them, don't spread them apart like this, because as you can see here, you'll end up with a mark. And there's actually water will be sucked through on these sheets as you're storing them to make sure you cover them, but there'll be water sort of in between them anyway. So don't leave them for too long. They need to be ordered, and if you can, get them up pretty straight away, but it just wasn't the circumstances that I was able to do. But cover them with just a cheap tarp, but wipe them over, inspect them. There was rust through these. They were absolute rejects because they're short sheets. These were only 15.50, so 1.5 meters plus 50 for the gutter. And yeah, they just thought, oh well, we'll just throw in anything. So just be careful with that. Pull them apart. Like I said, use the tweezers. Make sure you've got gloves on. Wipe them over both sides. I'm just going to come over and show you what happens if you don't inspect those sheets when you actually get them. So this is actually a lice-up product, which I was really disappointed with because it really shouldn't have happened. But this is for the gable roof end, which I'll just show you up here. So within a week, I've managed to get the roof on. Take no notice of this big scaffolding. That only got set up today after I'd finished putting those 9 sheets on. And the first one and the last one had to be cut, and I'll show you the reason why in a moment. So this is a sheet that I'm getting ready to start on the street side of the tiny house. I've got a box here because I'll have to cut off by hand. So a little bit, I think they call this a valley. I'm going to have to cut that off to start the first sheet. So that gets cut off because I want it to lap. This way, like the closest to the trailer. I need it to lap. So I actually sort of need these 2 ridges instead of one, that's how it comes to keep the wind, put it in the direction of the wind that they're covered here. So I've just wiped these down both sides, and clearly I didn't inspect them properly. There is a major rust spot through here that I don't know if you can see that, but there's a major rust spot in here that I can't get out, and that should have been inspected and rejected. This is brand new tin. It's not seconds, it's not downgraded, but there's a lot of really shoddy building materials around at the moment because things aren't coming in from China. But just beware of that as tiny house builders, that a lot of the companies will treat you like second-class citizens because you are only buying small amounts of things. So you need to get in there and stick up for yourself. All right, I will do another one in a moment and show you how I'm actually going to just mark that and cut that ridge off. But yeah, inspect your tin, cover it, keep your sheets together. Don't overlap them, or you'll end up with a mark. I don't know if you can see it there, but I've ended up with a bit of a mark on this one that you can't get off. Also, don't clean it with Jif or anything like that, with an abrasive type cleaner. You just have to wipe them over with water. Don't use soap through it either, and wipe them over both sides before you put them. Well, when you get them, inspect them, and then also when you're about to put them up, bring them out and inspect them again. All right, talk to you soon.